Okie dokie, here we go. This is going to be a very short and simple one, ladies and gentlemen. After going over some thoughts of what they're going to be doing with the specialist revamp, first we're going to go over what you're going to be looking at. From what we understand, it's not going to look like a tree like this, but you'll be able to put all these skills, like say the Artificer Hive, you'll be able to put that wherever you want for, say, even on a minigunner, or you could put the sniper, just a little drone over here on a grenadier, things like that. But the tree supposedly is not going to look like this. Let me go show you what the tree is, what they're talking about first. The tree is supposed to be looking like this up here. You're going to change it to something like this, where it's linear. You know, just straight up and down. You know, yeah, you pick this, you pick that. You know, you pick this, you pick that, kind of thing. That is what they're talking about. Now, what I want to show y'all is, I have titled this such because this is what's going to break the game, because the devs did not think about this. So PvP is about to go to a one-way track. So before we go over it, here's going to be the build. And I kid you not, this build will shred everything. Don't worry about the specialist. What we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you about the specialist and what you're going to be looking for. But the weapons. This one here is going to be super OP. It will become, even though it is right now, it's OP, this is going to become super OP. Then on top of that, the Eagle Bear itself, to avoid damages and things like that, apparently they patched it. If you have watched one of my latest live, or not live, but one of my recent PvP videos, you'll see that one of the guys, Pulse of Fury, I shot him with 3 bullets of my Liberty. He turned a corner, and because the Eagle Bear went away, he took all that damage and dropped. So I would be leery of using the Eagle Bear, but again, it is still going to be king in the Dark Zone because you can avoid some of the damages and things like that. So as long as you keep landing headshots and getting those kills, you can keep tenacity going, you should be fine. But the King Breaker is going to be super OP. Now, why I say that this build is going to be the new meta is because of 2 reasons. One, you're going to be able to get the crit chance that you need and the crit damage when they're up close and personal. So for your Eagle Bear, you're sitting at 50 and 183, and then you can jump up an extra 25% crit hit damage. For your King Breaker, you're going to be at 45 and 168. Now, again, you can jump this up to 25% crit hit damage, and if multiple players are using this, you're going to get the extra crit chance that you need for, say, long range engagements. And you're going to be able to hit them, and hit them hard with all this. Now, the build, we are using a Fenris with Wicked. Now, the reason I say Wicked is going to become the new meta part is because of this. If I can throw this, and I'm going to show you right here. If I can throw this pulse right here onto a build, the Banshee Pulse, it is going to pulse them and disrupt them or disorientate them at the same time. Now, at the same time, we want to be able to keep the damage going by pulsing them, because that might only hit one player. So on the Technician, we have this, the laser pointer. Now, supposedly this as well is going to go to whatever you want. They may have realized this because of me and Roll Gold talking about these kinds of things, and this may stay on this piece. We don't know. But again, if it does, you would just put this and then put the Banshee Pulse on here. Now your Banshee Pulse is going to get an extra skill tier if they keep that. And now your Banshee Pulse will just come back even faster. So you put on Wicked and you have Pulse. I hope y'all see where I'm going with this. You're going to have the Pulse from here to a pulsed enemy. You're going to have the Wicked proc from this, and then you're going to have the King Breaker along with it. Now, I'm going to leave this off because this here is, if we could put the link laser pointer, we would. So, I'm going to leave that off, but I'm going to show y'all just how strong this is with all these blues. Now, again, remember, this right here would be a player who's, say, 1.8 to 2.2 mil in armor in the Dark Zone. he's pulsed. Again, see, it's got the pulse up there. We got wicked, we got the pulse, we got the extra damage. Half of my mag, the player's gone, and I've got all this armor. Again, just retardedly strong. So this right here will be the new meta in the PvP community. Now, again, if you want to, you could even trade the closer for, say, a piece of Seska if you want it on here. You could trade this right here for, say, your Petrov gloves if you wanted to do so. You know, get the extra damage to armor rather than the weapon damage. And y'all saw the damage number, so let's try it with the Petrov gloves. Again, still with a few less bullets. The damage to armor, we were hitting about 24, now we're hitting 26 is what we have remaining. So again, this will become the new meta, because again, I could put the Banshee Pulse on with the launcher in TU16, TU17 when they do the revamp of the specialists. And then, let's say the laser pointer is still linked to this. Well, then we get the extra skill tier. We could put the Banshee Pulse onto here. I mean, and if they still allow us to put any fire grenades, you can get your wicked out by putting a fire grenade from here onto this, and it just becomes meta. I mean, there's no stopping that build. It will just be way too strong. But this is what I'm talking about, that the devs didn't think all this stuff all the way through when they're talking about specialist revamps. With the ETF, stuff like that. They don't ask the right people on these kinds of things. So let's show this. Let's put on the laser pointer. Let's do the active on this. So again, we're going to show you as well what you're looking to set up. Because again, let's say the link laser pointer is still locked to the technician. Let's just say it is, okay? We don't know, but we're just going to say it is. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the Banshee Pulse, even though I can't, by using the Jammer Pulse. And you could even still do this right now. You could still do this build currently, right now. And the bad part about this is there's no takeaways. None. There's no takeaways from this build in the Dark Zone. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the Banshee Pulse as this right here. So players would be status affected by this. We've got the link laser pointer on this right now, this way. And we'll Jammer Pulse. Okay, they've been bansheed. We got the laser pointer on the side. And for some reason, I guess it didn't show the square. There it is. There it is. Okay, Jammer Pulse. 821. Good morning. How are you today? I'm doing good. But yeah, I mean, this build right here, I can hit you from a range. I can hit you up close and personal. I lose no damage. You can't take anything away from me except for just being anti-pulse. But again, if you're not 100%, then this is just going to shred you. No matter what you do on your build. And you literally have to just come out with a whole anti-pulse build similar to this one here, my Hunter build. Where did it go? Which is 100% pulse resistance. But again, even this build right here, you lose a lot of damage, a lot of crit damage. So this build will still be shredded because, one, I have Wicked. If I even get you with a status, you're going to take damage. You're going to take that. Versus, you know, my Hunter one. You're literally asking for players to, you know, not hit you with a pulse. So this here is just, it's going to be way too OP. I mean, we're talking, just with this, we're talking 20% and we're talking 18, so we're talking almost 40% total weapon damage. Then you have the perfect one, which would be here, so that's 20. I mean, you're talking almost 60% straight weapon damage just by doing one thing and one thing only, and that's just a Banshee Pulse. And then having a laser pointer on whatever enemy you aim at. I mean, there's no stopping that. And you could even do, say, Banshee Pulse and EMP Sticky, you know, shut people down. You could even do that right now. Matter of fact, let's turn this off. Let's see what the cooldowns are. Okay, we got EMP Sticky. What are we looking at? 26 seconds. Okay, so this is 26 seconds, so you'll have like 6 seconds of nothing. So if you have a Banshee Pulse on and say EMP Sticky, you could keep them going. You could even do Defender Drone like I have here, which is 18 seconds, as long as you can keep it up and going and run around like that. It gives so many possibilities when we're talking that you can move the Banshee Pulse to different things, because again, this one does a status and it pulses the enemy at the same time. That's 2 pieces to give you both of these at the same time. Now, in the Dark Zone, you're going to lose out, so unless someone's running right now, say this right here, or they're running a constant pulse of this one right here, they will, you know, there's the Banshee Pulse. I'll just put it this way: the Banshee Pulse will become way too OP in the Dark Zone. And I'm telling you now, people are going to be calling for a nerf to everything on that, just because they don't like it. You know, they can't shoot, they can't do anything. So expect people to start putting anti-pulse and anti-status builds all together to counter this type of build. But this will be, you mark my words, this will be the new meta in the Dark Zone. It will be. Now, again, the closer part, you can change that to Seska if you wanted to get the crit chance that you need, if you wanted to do that. So it would look something like this. If I have one. I don't even think I have. I might be needing to go farm for this Sesko spotter. Yeah, I got one, but I need to farm one for to get that weapon damage off and get armor core. But yeah, it would look something like that for here. And again, you can do the walker if you wanted to, so you can have more crit chance and get your weapon damage out versus the damage to the armor. That's going to be player's choice. But yeah, just expect to see this build in the Dark Zone. This build, not the specialist, because the specialist, we don't know what's going to happen, but we do know we can put any kind of skill on it, so this here is going to completely change. Like, you might see people running a firewall so they can get the up close and personal damage. Another one running the same build with Grenadier to get damage targets to the cover, that's still there. Another guy running the minigunner so people can have you know, armor or ammo, crossbow, because it'll be status affected. You'll be seeing tons of different setups. And again, if the laser pointer is able to come off of this, you're going to see that on any one of these 4 right here for the Dark Zone. But I'm telling you guys, this is going to be like the new meta. Like, people are just going to be using this, and just, you're going to be just shredding players. And then if they have a medic on like this, you're not going to be able to kill them. They're just going to have all that damage, and you're not going to be able to kill them. So I would definitely go set this build up as soon as you can. Again, one more time, Walker gloves is fine rather than the contractors. And you can even go with a Seska chest piece. Or even if you wanted to, you can still get the damaged armor. If you have a Walker chest piece, you could go put that on and get the damage to armor. It's only 5%, and then you gain the extra crit chance, which would bring your build by, what is it, 6% more than what it is right now. So you'd be at 50% crit chance on here, 183 and 6% to that. What is it, 45 and 168 if you wanted to do it that way. Player's choice, either one. 2-piece walker, or you can do 1-piece Seska, 1-piece walker, 1-piece Seska, Petrov gloves, or you can do the closer and Petrov gloves. It's a player's choice, honestly. But yeah, just mark my words. That's going to be the new meta, period. So I'm going to end this live stream because I just wanted to bring this to y'all, to show y'all. If you know how to make the builds and you can see this, you'll understand that this will become strong later. So, peace out.